at some point in your lives, many of us will find ourselves in need of an attorney. And when you're looking for an attorney, it's really important to find somebody that you can trust, someone you can count on, someone who's going to help you win your case. Today I'm here with Jeremy Best. Can I say the best?
Hi everybody, how's it going? Jeremy Best, attorney at law, owner and founder of The Best Law Firm.
Fantastic. So The Best Law Firm, where do we get that name from?
So luckily enough, I was born into it, right? My last name is Best, and so I can say that I have the best law firm. Not making any judgments on anybody else, it just is what it is.
It is, you know, you can't help it. I mean, you're just born into it, right?
Born into it, right.
So everybody's got a story. What's your story? What's your why for getting into law?
So I originally started law back in 2017 is when I got licensed.
Okay.
I started pretty young. I was 19 when I got accepted to law school, 20 when I started, got licensed at 23. Had an uncle that was a lawyer. My dad passing away early was a big reason I got into the law. But ultimately, you know, I was a prosecutor before I opened up my firm, and I represented the people of the state of Texas.
Okay.
Now I get to represent the person, so it's much more personable, it's much more individualized, and I get to see people's cases individually have the best outcome.
Yeah, well, and as a customer, I think having somebody who knows both sides of the table gives you kind of a
Definitely
angle,
does.
right?
It definitely does. It definitely helps the fact that I was a prosecutor before this, and now I'm a defense attorney. So I practice primarily criminal law, but I also do personal injury law for sure, and then success and estate planning as well.
Okay, very cool. So with all those things, what are some of the most common things that people come to you for in those categories?
So I'll sometimes get some calls where people have been charged with a DWI or possession of a controlled substance on the criminal side of things. I've dealt with assaults. I've dealt with aggravated assaults with a deadly weapon. When I was a prosecutor, I dealt with everything from a Class C misdemeanor to a first-degree felony. And so the most serious of cases to the least serious of cases. And then on the personal injury side, we get calls a lot for people who have been in car accidents or sometimes slips and falls. And our goal there is to make sure that people get the most compensation that they deserve.
Absolutely, especially in those cases where you need a lot of medical attention and physical therapy and all those types of things. So in the event that we find ourselves in need of one of these services in particular, when that incident happens, hopefully nothing involving a weapon, but if we trip and fall or if you do find yourself in one of these scary situations, what are the most important things to document? Because I'm sure a lot of people, especially in those really serious circumstances, can be like in shock and kind of freeze, right?
Definitely. And so I always tell people that they're their own best record keeper. And so when you get in a car accident, when something happens with the police officer, most of the time people aren't anticipating needing an attorney. So I try to work with everybody when it comes to our pricing. Of course, we offer free consultations for every personal injury case.
Nice.
And then when it comes to success and estate planning, it's never too early to start that.
Absolutely. Another thing you have to plan for at any age, because anything can happen. So I love it. I love The Best. I love your experience. I love that you started so young. Talk to me about where we can get more information for anyone who might be interested in getting that consultation.
Sure. So to contact The Best Law Firm, you can call 833-322-BEST. That's 2378. Or you can reach out on my website at www.thebestlegalfirm.com.
Love that. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. Again, do your research. Don't be afraid to visit a few different attorneys to see who's going to be best for you. Tell them Coastal Living sent you.
Thank you so much. Have a great day, and thank you for having me.
Of course.